Hi there, Rabbi Rafi Cantor of Tifereth Israel. This is my 7th video in the series that I've made during this period of sheltering in place during the COVID-19 virus. I began my session last week with a prayer, and I'd like to begin this week with a prayer as well. This is by N. Solovey. It's a prayer for medical scientists, and I want to begin our session with it. God of wisdom, bless medical scientists and researchers around the world with insight and skill, dedication and fortitude as they combat coronavirus, so that their work yields knowledge and understanding, speedily finding a vaccine, treatments, and deterrence to its spread. Source of life, grant public health and government officials the strength to act swiftly and decisively, with compassion and understanding in service of humankind, fighting this outbreak and the other diseases that still plague the planet, diseases threatening the lives of our brothers and sisters, nations and communities, young and old. Rock of Ages, bring an end to disease and suffering, so that all may know your compassion and your grace. Praised are you, God, healer of flesh, maker of wonders. So I hope you're all doing self-care and making sure you're sleeping well and getting exercise and doing all the things that we need to do to sustain ourselves during this very stressful time period. So this week is a double portion, Acharei Mot Kedoshim, and I believe that juxtaposition is a very important way of giving us messages. And the fact that these two portions come together is significant in my mind. But I want to read you first the verse from Leviticus 19:18, which says the following: Lo tikom v'lo titur, you shall not take vengeance or bear grudge against your countrymen. Love your fellow as yourself. I am the Lord. This verse, of course, is very famous. It's the basis of so much of what it means to lead a religious life. One reading of it says, actually, V'ahavta l'reacha kamocha, love your neighbor. Why? Kamocha, because he is like you. He is exactly like you. The fact is that if we're truly going to function as human beings in this world, we have to be able to be empathic to the person who may be a stranger to us. I was thinking about this, and when I was talking about juxtaposition, if you think about the previous portion, in the previous portion we had the section dealing with purging the sanctuary, the basis for the day of Yom Kippur, and how we observe it, obviously very different from the biblical description, but we both have a day where this day is significant, and this was a day, obviously, to purify the sanctuary. But just think of it for a moment. On the one hand, you have this section in the previous portion, in the double portion, the purging of the sanctuary. The other, you have rules and laws that deal with people and the ultimate articulation of being empathic. Acharei Mot is about human beings' relationship with God, or at least refers to it in that section. Kedoshim, V'ahavta l'reacha kamocha, love your neighbor because he or she is like you. Now juxtapose them. Could it be that the Torah is suggesting to us a relationship? That purging the sanctuary is the ritual way we connect to God. V'ahavta l'reacha kamocha is the way God wants us to connect with each other, to feel each other, because they are human beings just like us. And to live a fully articulated religious life, you need to have ritual combined with the ethical or the the empathic religious outpouring which this suggests, right? Taking care of the stranger, the weak, the vulnerable, right? That's V'ahavta l'reacha kamocha is saying they are like you. You should be able to feel the pain and their suffering as if you were like them. So I would like to see this juxtaposition as significant. And I think it suggests perhaps that deep empathy leads to real purity. Just like cleansing the sanctuary led to the purification of the sanctuary and all that was in it. And V'ahavta l'reacha kamocha leads to purity in the world as well. But in the way it becomes pure is how we're treating each other. That's another way to bring purity into the world. I hope this message resonates with you, and you can decide if that juxtaposition truly works for you. But I think in the end, the Torah is always there with a message, and that message I heard this week. So I want to wish you a Shabbat Shalom, a good and peaceful Shabbat, and may it be filled with joy and the love of your family and friends. Amen.